If you're serious about robotics and you find out that there is no company in your area, in your city, state, or even country, you feel like you have to now leave this dream and work into another field, while understanding that robotics is the future technology and representing the physical AI space. In this video, I will be explaining 3 different paths that people can take to get into robotics job, even they have such scenario of no robotics company. I am from Pakistan, and when I was getting started into robotics, there were only 2 to 3 companies of robotics. So it was very hard to get into those companies, and I felt the same problem. How do I get into robotics and what to learn and what to do? So the 3 parts that I showed you, I took one, and now I am sticking to that one. Still now it's working, and now we are expanding into a robotics company of a product. So let's explain the first one. In my personal experience, I started robotics in my bachelor degree at a university. Now, that university had robots. They had some good commercial quality robots as well, which I explored in the ending of my bachelor's degree. But the important thing was there were professors, there was a robotics lab, and there were people working on robots there. So I had a great interaction with robots in my bachelor degree. Given that, I applied the engineering onto the robots, and there was specific subjects around that robotics learnings that we can take. So if you're just getting started, the first thing should not be which country should I be moving to work on robotics. It should be what is the nearest robot you can approach. If it is in a company, that's great. If it's in a university, target that university. If you have multiple choices in universities, you're going to target the university that has more robots and the community is good in that university. So that's become a helpful thing for you to get into robotics and get practical onto robots, because one of the most important thing as a robotics engineer is to have a practical experience on the robot. Community, robots, and professors. University labs are a gold mine, as another video is already out there about this topic. So the next route is study abroad route. It's bachelor masters in a country where robotics companies are not there and you have access to basic robots, then doing a PhD in a place where you have high quality industry grade robots and latest robots. Now this takes time, but I have seen people taking this route and it turned out really great for them. So what they did masters in robotics, automation, or mechatronics, then applied for a scholarship for PhD. Then they got the scholarship based on the research work, the quality of the research work they had. So what's the catch here? They were able to perform good research based on the data sets available by different organizations of robots. And with this quality research papers published, they were able to land scholarships on their PhDs in countries like China, USA, Germany, Canada, where you have good quality robots. So they went there, they spent some time, and after good research they started industry. This is another great route that you can take, and it's lengthy, it's hard, it's research focused in the start, but still it gets the problem solved that you are looking into. And getting into research first and doing a little bit of practical work give you good insights into the field. Then comes the next one, the one that I followed, and that is freelancing, doing work remotely with companies with smaller projects in robotics and build your skills by your own self-employed route. This one, I found out that it is hard because when you get into this, you don't have good quality robots. People want projects, and companies that are requiring good projects want you to have good robots. In my case, they were unable to send me robots because of the trust issues, custom duties, and things like that. So I started teaching robotics in courses. Then I started to get simulation projects. Then I started to buy robotics hardware. That is the route that I took, and it went out very good, and we are continuing expanding it. Although it's hard in a sense that from the day one, you have to do the marketing, you have to do the sales. As a robotics engineer, technical guy, these things don't make much sense, and it's hard to make your mind think about these things of sales and marketing. I started with teaching robotics, and still sometimes I create lectures around that. Now this route of teaching first build my understanding a lot, and I started to then implement those into simulations. I started by implementing different books of robotics algorithms into ROS2 simulations with Gazebo. So that built my understanding even deeper. Then some projects of simulation with some big companies I started with, and that pushed me into practical robotics of remotely developing autonomous software for robotics companies and building MVPs for different clients. Not doing the projects of students because that I don't find to be good ethical practice. So doing with companies is harder at the start, but this route is, I think, most fruitful in the sense that if you don't want to move to another country, be in the comfort zone in your place that you are living, but still working on a cutting edge technology. Now, in this approach, you have to start with a good processing compute power that you have, a good laptop if you don't have a robot, simulation based approach that I'm talking about. And once you build good projects with some clients, they are going to hire you into their countries if they want to. And I obtained different opportunities from research labs, from different clients to get into their countries. So in my personal experience, the third approach that I took of freelancing and doing self-employment thing, I had to navigate things based on the books that I was doing and did some projects. The companies, the research labs offered me jobs with work visas. So that was a great ticket that I could take and get to their countries and start working. But instead, I started focusing on the business part, and I did not move to those countries, different countries. So this is something that I personally experienced. There is another approach that I don't want anyone to take because it's very risky. People who don't have experience on working with robots, what they do, they take visit visa to these countries, and they start applying onto the robotics jobs in those companies, and they say that hire us and then give us visa. So if you're doing this approach, you have to create a balance. Balance in what? Balancing that you are going to provide such a high quality skill to that company. For that, the company is going to take the responsibility of work visa, fees, paperwork, and all that, do that effort. So that is going to balance the skills to the company's effort. Then definitely they are going to provide you work visa, but I have not personally seen anyone going successful in that. So these were my all thoughts that you can take if you don't have a robotics company near you, but you want to stick to robotics and get into robotics jobs.